Yo, what's up, world? Welcome to the Noize Floor Podcast. I'm your host, 85th, and this is your number one, and I do mean number one, source for today's music technology, film. This is your number one source for that. And once again, like I say, this is the first episode of the Noize Floor Podcast. Once again, I am your host, 85th, and to my left of me,
it's your boy Blacksmith.
Yeah.
We can't wait to get into this today. Today we're going to be talking to you about, is school for film, television, music, engineering necessary in today's climate?
Oh, good topic. So, once again, we are here to talk that. Yeah. Okay, so on to our topic. So I am a Full Sail graduate, class of 2005.
Talk your stuff, bro.
I believe it was August 2005.
Come on.
You know, I worked in the industry for a while. Got a chance to work under the tutelage of the Albert brothers, Ron and Howard Albert.
Okay.
Who did Inner Circle's Bad Boys. So I worked for Audio Vision Recording Studios down in Miami. So you would assume that my thought process would be that, oh yeah, school was great. It's perfect. This is what you got to do. You know, this is the route. But I mean, I graduated 20 years ago. I graduated before the emergence of YouTube. So before I get too deep into it, I'm just gonna say nah. Nah. What about you?
Yeah, man. I graduated in 2012.
Oh,
I know, right? From the Savannah College of Art and Design.
SCAD.
With a sound design degree.
Shout out to SCAD.
Yeah.
We are here in the Atlanta area. Shout out to SCAD.
Shout out to SCAD. Yeah. My experience was similar. You know, I went to SCAD initially pursuing engineering in general.
Like music engineering.
Any engineering.
Okay.
Audio engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like, my expectation was that, as I went through all of that, man, it would yield me
some results,
and I just get a job right out of college in audio.
Yeah. Was that promised to you?
Nah.
Yo, let me tell you, bro. Full Sail, y'all are a crock, my boy. Full Sail was like, yeah, you go and talk to admissions and not admissions. What's the department that's right?
It's about the like advisors.
Yeah. You talk to the advisors, and we're gonna find you something. And there's this work and this work and this that did not exist.
Yeah,
I don't care. I've spoken to the advisors, have never locked down a job.
That's crazy.
Based off of like, oh yeah, you went to the school and we're gonna get you something right out of the gate. Never happened.
Yeah. And I don't want to like talk bad about the schools because I feel like we both did, we both learned things from those experiences.
Yeah.
SCAD is a good school. I can't speak on Full Sail because I didn't really go there, but SCAD's a good school now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's also expensive as heck.
And the crazy part about it is, you say that SCAD is expensive. Full Sail is almost 2 times the amount of SCAD.
Wait. How much? Yeah,
bro.
Wait. We've never had this conversation before.
Let me tell you. Okay, so what is a sound design degree run you right now, 2025 at SCAD?
I don't know what the price is now, but when I was there, they was running 3 bands of class.
3 bands of class. Okay, cool. MIDI was $6,000 for us.
To take a MIDI class?
MIDI class. 1 month. MIDI, $6,000.
But wait. Did you do a 4-year degree?
Full Sail is an accelerated school.
Okay.
So you get your 2-year degree in a year, you get your 4-year degree in 2 years. However, in 2005, Full Sail did not offer a bachelor's in recording arts.
Wow.
They only offered an associate's, and then you did a bachelor's in music business. I didn't want a bachelor's in music business. I didn't want that. For what? Because it was only a bachelor's in music business.
Yeah.
Right. And granted, you may get some business acumen from it, but you're not gonna. It's music business. Right. I don't want that. So in 2005, they didn't offer that. So I left in 2005 with a college degree of an associate's in recording arts, the science of recording arts.
Wow.
We're talking about $6,000 for MIDI, bro.
6,000. I need something more than
for MIDI, bro. Okay, and at this time they weren't offering the MacBook and the Inbox and Pro Tools. I paid for Pro Tools out of pocket, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I bought a G5 at the time. Okay, 2004. I bought a G5. I thought I was the okay. Bought a G5 and I had it upgraded.
I had a G5.
And I had it upgraded. I upgraded to a gig.
Tell them what a G5 is for those out there who don't know what a G5 is.
So for you all who are of a different generation.
We probably got some young listeners out there.
Okay, the G5 originally was the G5 was right before the Mac Pro, right? It was the same body style or whatever. It was before the Mac Pro.
All aluminum.
It was an aluminum gigantic case that I hauled up and down stairs every weekend trying to run back home to record people, right? Bro, that's probably why I have back problems. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, that's probably why my back hurts now, bro, trying to lug this down some stairs, bro. So the G5 was a computer made by Apple, and it was like their flagship. Yeah. This was their flagship computer, and we talk about it was state of the art. It was dual processor. I think it was and I was killing them. Dual 1.8 gigahertz.
Yeah, because they had like the Core 2 Duo at the time.
It wasn't like one processor with two of them. It was two processors, right? It was dual 1.8 gigahertz. I was killing them, right? And I upgraded to a gig of RAM.
I'm about to say how much RAM?
I had a gig of RAM, sir. Gig of RAM, 256 gigabytes of hard drive space, right? So keep in mind, I had to pay for this myself, right? I had to do this myself. Full Sail, y'all didn't give me nothing. And you charged me $6,000 for MIDI.
Bitter.
For MIDI. Now in my case, right? I had taken up electronics music in high school. Yeah. Shout out to Dillard High down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Shout out to Mr. Charles, who was my teacher. I learned Logic back before Apple even owned it. It was eMagic.
eMagic, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I learned Logic in 2004 when I was in high school. So when I took MIDI at Full Sail, it was on Logic.
And that was stuff you probably already...
And I had already knew. I fell asleep the first half of class every day, and I passed it. Yeah. Right? Now, there was nothing they were showing me because there was nothing that was new, right? And I paid $6,000 for this. Now, I could have tested out, but the thing was, I didn't want to test out of classes.
Test out of what?
I didn't want to test out of classes because I didn't know if it was going to be something new that I was going to learn.
Exactly.
I'm at Full Sail, bro. I'm at Full Sail.
Yeah.
I'm at the best college in the world for what they do. I'm at the number one spot. My mom's spending mad money for me to be here at school, bro. I'm not testing out of a class if I don't know that, you know.
And still paying $6,000.
And I'm still paying for it, bro.
Yeah,
what y'all got going on? So when I think about like just price comparison between SCAD and I can guarantee you, bro. I can guarantee you Full Sail's $90,000 right now.
Oh, bro. It sounded about the same though. Think about it.
And I tell you, so like when I wanted to like really, really, really go back to school and be like, yo, I want to get my bachelor's in recording arts now. Y'all offer it, right?
Yeah.
When they first started offering it, I contacted Full Sail and I was like, hey, how many classes do I need to get this bachelor's? Oh, 7. Okay. How much is 7 classes? $25,000 for 7 months? Bro, 7 months, $25,000. Now keep in mind, this is when I first asked them. Now I think it's like 12 classes and it's $48,000, bro.
Jeez,
what do you mean, bro?
Yeah.
No, school's not necessary. No. You know why? Because now we live in a time.
Look, jumping right into it.
Yo, I'm so serious, bro. I ain't even stressing about price comparison, bro. It ain't necessary, bro.
Wow.
Because the thing of the matter is, bro, if I'm doing all of this, and then and a buddy of mine right now, shout out to Rome. Rome right now is at SAE down in Miami.
Okay.
Right? Which for a while was Full Sail's competitor.
Yeah.
For a while. Right? SAE's not even giving away computers and interfaces and all of that no more. Like, they're not doing it. Bro, why am I going to school, bro? You're not even providing me with things. I now have to go out and get these things, right? And then you're putting me in these classes, and the truth of the matter is you're not guaranteeing me any work. Because we don't even live in a time now where studios are God or studios are king anymore, bro. Going to a major studio. The emergence of home studios is crazy right now.
Yeah.
And when I went to Full Sail, it was when I graduated in 2005, home studios weren't as frequent and fluent as they are now.
Yeah.
It only took like 2 or 3 years from the time I graduated from Full Sail for home studios to flood. Right? YouTube came out in 2007. Right? So now we're talking about it's 2025.
Yeah.
If there is any mixing trick that I want to find out about,
YouTube,
I can YouTube it.
Google, Chat
and
GPT.
it will give me the entire breakdown. This did not exist, bro. This did not exist, okay? At one point, you had to intern and you had to be up under a head engineer who then gave you all of these tips and tricks and all of that, right?
Right.
Keep in mind, when I was at Full Sail, well, not when I was there, but after Full Sail, when I was working at Audio Vision, and this is no shade to anybody, I literally knew more than their head engineer did.
So wait. Okay, so let's back up a second there.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have, as much as I just want to be like, school is unnecessary. You didn't have any like professionals that you sat up under, or any like amenities that they gave? Because I will say the one thing I did like about SCAD is like they had like a cage. Okay.
Where you can rent the stuff out, right?
You can rent out anything. They had pretty much any camera you could think of. They had a lot of top of the line stuff. They had, some lower grade stuff, depending on what class you had. You can mix out, you could rent out. Pretty much just like sign up to rent out any of the rooms, always inclusive.
Yeah.
Each of them had like Pro Tools pre-installed and Logic and Reason. So like if you didn't pay for that stuff, you could just come to the school.
Yeah, you can grab it. Okay.
Right. I learned to mix on an Icon at the time in 2012. Like it. So I'm just saying, like we had a few things available to us that kind of like made me feel like
maybe it's worth it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But still, to your point, it's like, okay, is it still worth it? Because like you said about the job situation, schools talk big game. They talk mad game. You come into orientation, they're telling you all of the stuff about, okay, you're going to get a job as soon as you graduate and we'll get you set up.
The recruitment stuff that they do.
Recruitment is crazy, bro.
Recruitment is wild.
Recruiters are like car salesmen.
They're on it. Bro, have you ever, speaking of that, have you ever been to the Full Sail behind the scenes tour?
No.
That's how they get us. They show you everything. Hey, here, come here. Touch our $1 million mixing console.
I feel like they did the same thing as SCAD, bro.
Bro, yeah. Play with our $10,000 microphone. Yeah.
Knowing good and well, you may not actually.
After school, I'm not touching this stuff. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean I'm touching the Sony C800G? They was not letting me touch that at Audio Vision.
Wow.
No, that was head engineers was touching that. You used to touch our U47. We weren't. When I get out of school, I'm never touching a U47 if I'm interning. And at this time, bro, when I graduated, bro, it was regular practice to have somebody intern for a year and a half, 2 years without thinking about giving them a paid job. What do you mean?
That threw me off, bro.
What are you talking about? So it's cool. So that's how they get us with the recruitment. Yeah, come and touch all of this stuff. Yes, this is the stuff you're going to work with all the time. Bro, I worked with more C800Gs, U47s, Telefunken, Elam 251s when I decided I would never intern ever again.
Wow.
And I would freelance engineer.
Wow.
That is when I touched everything.
Yeah, but
and when I decided to run my own studios.
Yeah.
Right? So the recruitment about, you're going to get a job right out of this and you're going to do this, you're going to touch. I didn't touch none of that.
Yeah, that expectation is crazy, man.
Yeah, and they threw us. So and I don't want to sound like I'm beating down on Full Sail, right? Full Sail does have an amenity that unfortunately I have just never had the ability to take advantage of. And that is that if you are a Full Sail graduate like myself, you can take classes for the rest of your life for free.
In what capacity?
You can audit classes, so you can go to a class again. If there's a new class that they offer, right? You can take the new class for free. And it's for free. The problem is I have never been able to take advantage of this because one, they're month-long classes and they're only on campus in Winter Park, right? So now I need to figure out where I'm gonna stay for a month because I no longer live in Winter Park.
You gotta physically be there. That's crazy.
I don't live there anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then two, and Full Sail, I hope that you don't think that I'm beating you up, but I hope that if when you see this, that this makes you change something.
Bro, you got to clear it up because you got Full Sail on the ground right now, the headlock.
Yeah, bro,
like,
listen.
Yeah, you got
Right?
You gotta know.
So what I tell you, bro, listen, Full Sail, fix this. Bro, the one time that I called them up to audit a class, right?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I want to audit mixing consoles, right? I want to take that class up. I just want to brush up and get my education back on that, right? I called and I said, hey, can you all give me a call and just let me know what months are available? That way I can plan out my time, right? Got no call. Got no communication. I think 5-6 weeks later, bro, I get an email. Congratulations, you start class on Monday. What? How? I didn't accept this time. We didn't speak. You all spoke to me not one time. So I was never able to take advantage of that amenity.
Wow.
And it's cool, bro. But I'm going to have to, I work too much, bro. Like I'm on set all the time. I'm doing post-production mixes all the time. I'm always on the go. I don't have time to just sit for a month, right? And so now I have to maneuver and piece my life in a certain way to be able to do that. So I'm never gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah. And why would you? And
I'm not. And bro, and honestly, all I got out of them was a $99 pair of headphones. Right? And granted, the education wasn't so bad, right? It wasn't a bad education, right? But I learned more when I left.
Okay. So price point, it's a bit much, right?
Yeah.
So amenity wise, right? Okay. And we're mostly talking about Full Sail, but I can kind of say the same things for SCAD. Like I said,
yeah.
I mean, we had pretty good amenities. Price point, is okay. But
I wish we could have rented stuff.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
I mean, but that was
I think the film department can though.
But maybe that's why, because mostly what we did was for like film and television type stuff. Mm-hmm. But a lot of what I did was like, if I wanted to bring a rapper into the studio,
wasn't happening.
Yeah,
wasn't happening.
I did that all the time.
Wasn't happening. I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't happening.
For $3,000 a class,
so SAE does that, which is what I thought was really good about SAE. SAE is like, hey, part of your assignment is to bring people in and use the studios.
And like record them.
Right, and record them.
Yeah.
That is a great model. That is a great model that Full Sail has never adopted or had never adopted. I don't know if they have it now, but they had never adopted it when I was there, right? What we got was a list of approved people that Full Sail had given free studio time or whatever. Like people had applied for it and they get free studio time. It was cool. It was like a community thing, right? Yeah, you get free studio time and the students would pick and say, okay, I think I want to record this person.
Yeah.
Or I want to record this person, right? It wasn't like we didn't have no communication with them prior.
Wow.
Right? It was just a list.
That's kind of weird.
It's hella weird. But
Like
the other part about it was that was a part of our lab. That was a lab for us.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you missed lab and it was a studio day, you can't make that up. There was no makeup day for labs. You couldn't make up labs. So that was a problem. So if it was something that I was dog sick and I can't make it, I just lost that education for that day.
That's not cool, man. I'm grateful we didn't have anything like that. Like our professors pretty much encouraged us to be like, okay, cool. When you're done with class, you get your homework assignments done.
Mm-hmm.
Go practice on the mixing board.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, honestly, I did a 5.1. We had a 5.1 class. Ooh. And everybody was sweating bullets. One of the assignments, actually, I think it was our final project, was there were like 3 or 4 mixing boards around the big mixing boards, and we had to know like a lot, like almost all the functions.
Yeah.
And that was a test. Like to where you had to like play something in 5.1, but then like when he rose his hand to be like, okay, cool. So now I need you to switch scenes on the mixer, or use the pots only without the screen to turn on the EQ and then cut a certain frequency. Like, you didn't know how to do that because you hadn't been coming up and practicing. Fail.
Yeah, immediate.
Yeah. So I mean, I like I said, I can say that I'm grateful that we did have some of those amenities. I think that what really messed me up the most though was like not having a clear path to like a job.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep going back to the whole like advisors and stuff like that, but it's like,
what are y'all doing?
Yeah, what are y'all doing? And it's like you sell us this big dream, we know how much it costs.
Yeah.
It's like, I need a career that's gonna sustain immediately. That's gonna sustain what we just paid
all of this money
and glasses for 2 for shoot. Some people stayed and got a master's degree. I'm like,
listen, bro, I was not, my boy. So I'm just going to like, just with as expensive as Full Sail was, right? I was ready to get out and do whatever it was that I had to do, right?
Heck sure.
I remember my pops, man, rest his soul, before he passed, I think I was like 2 months away from graduating. He was like, yeah, son, you're about to get your degree in sound. I think you need to go back and get your degree in film. Go ahead and have it. And I'm like, bro, who's paying for this, bro? Like that was the first. Right. That was the first thing I said. I was like, who's paying for this, right? Now keep in mind, my pops had a lot more foresight than I probably gave him credit for, right?
Wow.
Because I had no intention of doing anything in film, and now look where I'm at. I'm a location sound mixer, and film is what I make my living off of, right? But originally, you wasn't gonna tell me I wasn't gonna be the best rapper alive at that time. You wasn't gonna tell me I wasn't gonna be on tour at that time, right? Music was all I wanted to do.
That's all I was doing too,
right? So when it came down to like, he's like, "Yo, go to school," and all I was seeing was ching, ching. Like, I'm like, nah, bro, not happening. I'm not about to go and add more money to myself that I have to pay back, that I would still be paying back to this day. Just letting you know. You know what I mean? I would still be paying back a second degree in film. And I had no intention on doing film.
At the time.
Bro, you couldn't have told me I'd be doing this right now.
Yeah. I think that's another thing I could say is a positive for SCAD, and not against Full Sail at all, because this isn't that kind of conversation. Mm-hmm. But it's like, because my degree was sound design, it was broad enough that it was like we had some music classes, but then we also had some mixing classes. We had some film and television classes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So
they
it was
mix
like,
it up.
Exactly. Like I one of my favorite classes was I took sound synthesis. with Andre Rashowski. Shout out to Andre Rashowski.
What is sound synthesis?
So, which I also took advanced
as far as
sound
a class,
set. Yeah. So he pretty much broke down like if you're talking about like plugins or hardware, like what's happening with an oscillator.
Yeah.
And how does that, like what happens when you change an oscillator or you add a filter and when you like.
So like synthesizers.
Literally like synthesis.
Yeah, like synthesizers.
Like a synthesizer, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost to the point where I remember we had a super nerdy day where he was playing with this app called Metasynth. You ever heard of Metasynth?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We were doing some weird stuff because that's all Metasynth does is like weird sounds.
Shout out to people who make synths, and shout out to the people who like those ones that look like the old school telephone boards, bro. Shout out to y'all, bro. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience, bro.
Modular synth is fun though, bro.
Modular synths are awesome if you're a modular synth person.
Have you tried Faceplant though?
I have not.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk because.
But yeah, shout out to y'all. But yeah, so sound synthesis.
So that class was the first time somebody really took the time to break down a synth. Because at the time I had been making beats since I was 14. So in college 18, 19, 20 ish. And I knew how to make beats, so it wasn't a problem. But I'm using presets. You know what I'm saying? I'm using presets. I didn't really understand how to make like sound synthesis from scratch. Like I wasn't really synthesizing my own like sounds like that. I was finding presets and then I'll add effects and stuff like that or change a couple knobs.
But you weren't dialing.
Exactly. I wasn't dialing in. And we went through a class where we took Thor from Reason. Ooh. And he broke that down. And
shout out to Reason. I ain't heard about y'all in a while.
Shout out to Reason.
What are y'all doing? Y'all got something new y'all cooking up?
They still out there.
They are?
I'm done with subscriptions though. They got subscriptions now.
That's a pod for another day.
Yeah, that's a pod for another day. I'm done with subscriptions. But yeah, no, so like that was a big thing for me where it was like, I didn't expect us to talk about actual synthesis. And, that was one of those moments where I was like, yo, I feel good about being here.
Yeah.
Because, I actually had a bunch of clients in college. I had a bunch of rappers around. I was in Savannah. I had a bunch of rappers in Savannah. I'm from Missouri. I had a bunch of people from up there. I'm sending them beats. They rapping on it, sending it back to me, or I'm doing custom beats for people. So it's not something I didn't know how to do, but being able to take the time and dial in to make my like own presets was
dope.
Exactly.
Dope.
It's real dope. Exactly. Yeah. So that was the kind of thing that I was like, okay, this felt worth it. But then taking classes like on the flip side of it, we had a class like the dialogue editing class.
Oh, that sounds like I would have enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I would have enjoyed it too, but it was
it just wasn't for you.
It's not that. I think it was a lot of stuff that I already knew. Just kind of like you're saying too.
Copy.
Yeah,
copy.
I already knew. I started using Logic when I was let's see, I think we were on Logic 7, 6 or 7.
So 7 was right when Apple got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was on Logic 7 when I learned how to do it. My dad gave it to me. He was doing production as well. And he was like, okay, cool. So you might like this. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing all that, like I said, since I was 13, 14, 15. Yeah. You know what I mean? And by the time I got to college, I was like, okay, I've been chopping up
sounds and audio. Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what the class was for me?
What?
That like really got me in full. So, and it's ironic. It's super ironic. Post-production audio.
Oh, y'all had a post-production audio class too?
That was the last class of our degree.
What did that entail for you? Like what y'all doing that?
Bro, we were blending sounds. We were doing post-production sounds. We were literally like, bro, you remember the movie Underworld? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they had like Full Sail had a I guess an advanced copy or a copy of like the trailer, and like the chick bust through the door and we had to make the sounds to douche. You know what I mean? The door open.
Yeah.
She had like a leather jacket on. They wanted us to like recreate the leather jacket, and I had like a pleather jacket.
Like with like Foley?
Yeah. I had a pleather jacket, and I was like I was in the vocal booth, and I was whoosh, whoosh,
Yo.
Right. And it was like, no, Arsenio, do it like this. Okay. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm moving it around, my bad. So I'm moving it around and I'm trying to do what I can to like get the exact tonality, right? Of like what we think this was. Bro, it was so, I was like, and I remember saying, if I never make it in music, I can see myself doing this.
Hilarious.
And so that's why I said it's ironic, because dude, I was so adamant about doing nothing film wise, right? And to be like, hey, you know, I can see myself doing. I can see myself doing this, and lo and behold, 2025, this is what I do, is sound and for film and TV mostly for a living. And when I tell you, bro, it's like it come around full circle. The class that I felt was least necessary, we spoke on already, was MIDI for me. I had already known MIDI.
Was it like advanced MIDI?
It was not advanced at all. There was nothing advanced about it.
So what did you just learn? I couldn't
Logic.
see.
I learned Logic. I learned we learned MIDI processing and MIDI sequencing.
I think we had a MIDI class too.
And I think they chose Logic because of how intricate Logic gets with MIDI.
Yeah.
However, there was nothing advanced that they gave me that I was like, oh my God, this is so dope. It's like, I didn't feel that.
MIDI as a protocol is not super advanced. Like
come on, man. MIDI's still God, you know. Because if you stop and think about it, bro, this was 2005.
We talking MIDI. You said MIDI is still God, bro.
MIDI is still used now.
I know it's still used now, but that don't mean you say MIDI over MPE.
Yeah.
And OSC?
Yeah.
I mean, fair. It's widely used still. I mean, it's,
bro.
It's, you know.
One of my instructors, bro, I don't know how he did it, because he never would explain us how he did it. But his house was wired with like a ton of MIDI cables. And like you could step on the
wait, this is one of your professors?
Yeah, bro. He was telling us about his house, bro. And he was like, yo, when I step on the stair, it lights up. And it lights up blue, and then the next one lights up green. And I'm like, yo, you did this through MIDI? Yeah, it's, you know. Now granted, like I said, he never told us how he did it, but like it was wild, bro, because all it is a music instrument digital interface. It's just saying, hey, play this tone. Man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess if you map that tone to... It's
robust, though.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
And it can be mapped so easily.
To anything.
Easily. So MIDI, I don't know, bro. I mean, so I mean, we're coming up on what we would think would be a decent time to like wrap this up on this topic. So, I mean, where are you at on the topic of is school necessary in today's climate?
Yeah, I think it's not necessary. It's not an essential thing anymore. But I think that for somebody that's maybe wanting to network, I think that that's probably the best I got out of it. I met one of my best friends, met my wife, you know, a few other people, some great professors. Shout out to Professor Damsky, Professor Rosowski, Professor Bauer. I met a lot of people that I still communicate with today. But when it comes to like we said, I hate to say it, price point, because you know it's not really a comparison of Full Sail and SCAD. I don't think they think about the fact that their competition is, like you said, their competition is YouTube. Their competition is master classes. Their competition is what's another one?
Masterclass is huge right now.
Masterclass is huge. LinkedIn Learning,
bro. All of those, yes. Yeah, all those online learning platforms.
Exactly. So the actual educational part of it, and this is my problem with it. The actual educational part of it, I think you can get just about any of that from somewhere else for darn near cheap almost. You know, but it's like, but there are still amenities if somebody really wanted to like. Yeah. You know, put their hands on the mixing board that maybe they couldn't afford. Yeah. You know, or something like that. But I mean, yeah. That's my take on it.
I personally feel like school is completely unnecessary. and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I think it's unnecessary in the sense that as long as I learn these skills, right? And these skills are already provided to us, these tips and tricks, these skills, and all of these learning, all this learning material is here on YouTube already. Masterclass, LinkedIn Learning, it's already here for me. And it's at my disposal, easier than it is for me to have to go to a school and commute there every day and deal with whatever it is and then be broke, right? If I took that same,
ramen,
right, eating ramen, bro, let me tell you, bro, Wendy's dollar menu saved me in college, bro.
Come on now.
Dollar menu saved me. So when you stop and think about the fact that everything that I've learned in college is already on YouTube, it's already there. Had I taken that money, we're talking about in today's climate. Had I taken that money and put that money into gear, and I had honed in on the skills, right? And then I had attached myself, after I've learned those skills, attached myself to an engineer, because it's so simple to do that now. We talking about the My Audio nerds, Devon Terrell. It's easy, bro. Waves, which is one of the biggest plugin companies on the planet, does weekly videos showing tips and tricks from master engineers. Master engineers right now. There are other engineers creating plugins right now, and they're showing you how they use them and how they do these tips and tricks. They're giving away the secrets. What do I look like paying a school now? Excuse me. What do I look like paying a school now for something like that when it's already there at my disposal? And really all I have to do is have enough gusto and enough know-how and enough drive to learn it myself. And really you're not even learning it yourself because it's already there. It's provided to you. So if they're showing me how to do something in Pro Tools or Logic, as long as I have Pro Tools or Logic in front of me, really all I need is a computer, an interface, and a microphone.
That's how simple it is now.
Too much. And technology is too crazy right now in comparison to when I went to school or when you went to school.
And a MIDI controller.
And a MIDI controller, a laptop, an interface, and a microphone. Is all you need, and the internet. And you have everything that I had coming up, minus a $1 million mixing console that they have all these that you don't really get to play with, that barely anyone is paying you right now to go on and sit in front of and mix on. And don't get me wrong, I love SSL. If I had one in front of me, I'd mix on it every day. However,
who's mixing on that every day?
Nobody's mixing on that every day.
Exactly.
The convenience isn't there anymore. Patching in and out of hardware pieces, as much as I love the sound of it and I prefer the sound of it over software, I can just throw an instance of an SSL plugin on every channel on the first insert, and there's my SSL.
Exactly. And the way processing is on computers now, it's gonna do absolutely.
It's gonna do very close.
Exactly.
It's gonna get. I'm never gonna say it's the same. No. I'm just never gonna say the same. I'm a hardware guy all day long.
It's not a one-to-one.
But it's not a one-to-one. But it's close enough. And you have it all. You have it all.
I think so. So my question then, I guess, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, but my question would be, if you could do it all again, knowing what you know now, like
in today's time,
like how would you do it?
Okay, first thing I would do is I would purchase me an Apollo.
Okay.
I would get me a good computer. Give me a great laptop. Give me a MacBook Pro, probably an M4, right? So an M4 and Apollo, and I grab me my microphone of choice.
So we looking at
with a MIDI controller. I'm looking at $6,000, $7,000 maybe.
6-7 grand? No.
6-7 grand. Yeah, no. Man. I think an Apollo's 900.
Okay.
I could spend $2,500 on a laptop. That's $3,400.
Okay.
If I decided to go with,
you don't have to spend that much on a laptop.
I don't. But I'm saying brand new, nice, good specs, right? Some monitors are gonna run me about $700.
Okay.
What are we at? 4,100 right now. So yeah, we're at 4,100. $900 on a microphone. We're at $5,000. Get me a MIDI controller for $300-400.
Yep.
Logic's $200.
Easy. All the time. Shout out to Apple though.
Shout out to Apple. I love Logic.
I love Logic. I love Pro Tools.
I'm a Pro Tools user.
Yeah,
I'm a Pro Tools user.
We both Pro Tools users, but
I love Logic.
When he just mentioned this $200 price point,
$200.
You know what? All you get for $200.
Everything.
I mean, plus like Dolby Atmos and stuff that
you get everything for $200, bro. Logic, come on. Y'all did it. You know what I mean?
Logic's the homie, bro.
Yeah, Logic's the best friend that you don't talk about all the time.
Yo.
You know what I mean? But you know that if you call him, he's right there.
They gonna come through.
Yeah. Pro Tools is cool. Pro Tools is a dude you see every day.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
But he might ask you for money.
He may ask you for some money. You know what I mean? He may pay it back. You know what I mean?
He might pay it back.
You know what I mean? Or he may do some work, to help, to alleviate that debt. But that's Pro Tools. So like
yo.
But like I would get Logic. I would probably, because it's the standard, I'd probably spend the $600 on Pro Tools, right? But even still, what are we looking at? $5,000 or so?
Yeah, you're still sitting at a number that's less than the price
what
it
I would
costs you
spend
for
school,
one class.
Bro. Come
exactly.
on, bro.
And that's just for one class
all day long.
Yeah,
and then if I really wanted to get fancy, I spend the $600 something for Mix with the Masters, the yearly course.
Wow, I would even take it a step further because I would do all of that, but then like the parts that they don't teach you in school is like, how do you market yourself? And like teach you actually how to put a resume together and like how to get into those jobs and to find an internship or how to do it freelance by yourself. I would say take another couple thousand, you know what I'm saying, and
get some tutelage.
Exactly. Because the thing is like even with spending that $6 up front and then spending another couple thousand, like you're still sitting at 8, 9 maybe, which sounds like a lot of money now.
It's not a lot of money.
But it's not. In comparison to how much you pay for classes and time. Let's not, we haven't even talked about that.
Time, bro.
You in class for 2 years or 4 years.
I think I touched on it when I was just saying like, all right, gas and having to drive and commute. And like, bro, I sat in so much traffic going to class. like hours of traffic.
You was in Florida, right?
I was in Florida.
Yeah, see.
Hours of traffic. Bro, let me explain something to you, bro. Like Cimarron, bro, and that road is the worst going to class, bro. The worst. And I rode on it not too long ago. Pause. I had to drive on Cimarron not too long ago. And it was just as bad, if not worse, than when I was in school in 2005.
That's why I sold my car and bought a bike because I was tired of traffic. I'm sitting thinking like I'm paying for tickets, I'm paying for gas, I'm paying for.
I biked to class one time.
Man, look.
One time, bro.
Nah, man. I biked to class all the time.
And it rained. It rained like holy hell. And I was like, I got to get my car fixed. Whatever, because I think the car was being repaired at the time. I was like, bro, I'm going to wait. I'm not doing this again. But I mean, so your take on it is probably similar to mine that in today's climate, school isn't a necessary thing.
It's not. I don't think it's an essential thing.
No,
I think that for some people, they can make it a necessary thing. They can make it into something that is grand. Like I said, the networking thing and the prestige of it. And you get a piece of paper at the end. But let's be honest, that doesn't, that doesn't mean much.
No.
And I the thing is once you've done enough projects, nobody's checking to see if you got a college degree.
No, what?
Once you've done enough projects,
bro.
once you've done, let's say you shake hands with a big name actor, actress, or engineer or whoever it is, and that person now gives you validity. The next person you talk to get a job, and you say, "Yeah, I was there with." They're not gonna ask you, "Well, did you get a college degree,
bro?" Do you know what my college degree got me? Working for the school board.
Yo.
9 to 5s. You know what I mean? 9 to 5s that ask, do you have a college degree? Yes. They don't even ask what it's in, bro.
They don't at all.
They don't.
Mm-mm.
That is what my college degree has got me. My college degree has never gotten me a job in my field.
That's crazy.
Never.
Because even the job I have right now, I didn't get because I have a college degree.
So I think we can close it on that one.
And I'm working at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium as an A2 right now.
What? Bro, I've got close to 100 credits of film and television.
Yeah.
I have worked with ESPN. I've worked with Vice. I've worked with Oprah Winfrey Network. I worked with NBC several times over. I actually worked on NBC on a television show that actually was Emmy nominated.
This man right here.
Okay. Full Sail was not a part of that.
Yo. But you know what's crazy though? And I do want to say this. The thing that gets me though is they want the credit.
Yeah, because the moment I'm Emmy, I'm Emmy winning
it will
or
say
Oscar
Full Sail
winning,
graduate.
Full Sail graduate, Arsenio Mobley, 85th. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're gonna say that.
Getting the government.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Full Sail, blank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Graduate.
Yeah.
They're gonna take advantage of it.
Take
you know what I mean?
all the credit for
I know. I've met him several times over. Michael Clark, who's the sound mixer for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Full Sail graduate. Do you know how I found that out? When Full Sail took credit.
Wow.
That is when I found out. Michael Clark does not say
because he's not walking around
Full Sail graduate.
Exactly.
No, bro. No. Yeah. I got a ton of respect for Michael Clark. Come on, bro. Stranger Things, bro. The sound on that was immaculate.
Man,
crazy. So I'm gonna close out on nah. In 2025, save your money. Don't go to college
save your coins
for sound mixing or engineering and none of that. If you want to go for, if you want to take the time and you want to go for film, maybe that's a little more necessary.
I'm gonna say nah for that too.
Even you know what? Then I think about it. Nah.
Get on some projects.
I started filming and doing DP work and had never went to school for it.
Nope.
So yes, no school in 2025 for mixing and sound engineering and film. Completely unnecessary. And we are gonna close this out with this. And this is the first episode of the Noise Floor Podcast. I am your host, 85th.
And I'm your host, Blacksmith.
Peace.
Hey. Right, don't it need it in the beat?